So we're gonna keep doing what we did with the Star Wars tier list, and this time we're gonna move to Marvel. Today I'm here with Michael
Hey.
and Josh,
Yo.
and my name is Luke. So let's jump straight in, starting with Civil War.
Yeah. I always feel like I have the least amount to say in the beginning, but I have a lot to say about this movie. I think it's really good, but also really boring at the same time somehow. It's got cool stuff in it. Like the airport scene is cool, but I also feel like Zemo's plot makes no sense. I feel like they would have just fought anyway if he didn't do anything at all.
It's
I
got
also
a
think
lot
Black
of
Panther is best in this movie than he is in his own movie.
Yeah, I agree with that. That at least. I agree with all of that, actually, what you're saying. I'm trying to think of what to add, because, yeah, I think this movie... I was excited for this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and I thought the Civil War aspect of it was kind of a cop-out. I think it ended kind of fast. I think there was no... I know there's technically a tragedy where he gets his spine broken, so he can't use his legs anymore. But then he just gets like a robot suit or something, right? Is that what happens in this one? The Falcon?
Yeah.
Well, there's advanced medicine that helps him.
Oh, that's even more of a cop out because it doesn't even matter.
He barely does, but to be fair, he doesn't really do anything else after this. Like he's not. I think he's in Endgame a little bit, but he's kind of.
He's in Infinity War, and he's back in the suit in Infinity War, but then he gets snapped. So Paige and I rewatched the movies, and we watched them. It was before Roman was born, but I think we might have watched them in chronological order just for fun. On the second rewatch, Civil War ticked me off because it's a mess.
Yeah,
it's an absolute mess.
You mean like plot wise?
Yes, because Steve gets lucky. And there's an element of I remember pausing the movie, sitting forward, and pulling a classic Luke. What? Near the very beginning when Steve goes after Bucky to save him because he quote gets the document in the bar, being like, "See, Bucky didn't do it." I'm like, the picture that they showed was so grainy that you couldn't tell, and it was literally Steve was like, I know that Bucky's being mind controlled. I'm gonna go get him, even though there's nothing.
So it's sort of like if I had to put it into words, isn't it like when you say he got lucky, it's like he's like, I believe him. He's my friend. He's mind controlled, or not. I believe him. He's my friend. He's mind controlled. I know it. He's actually a good guy. He's not a bad guy. And there's not really any evidence of at all. And then he happens to be right, and it's like, yes, I was right. And it's like, yeah, but you were just totally gambled everything on you being right here.
Yeah, and it plays super heavily on he just lost Peggy, which is the other tie to his past. I mean, I just remember walking away from the movie and being like, I feel like Steve shot in the dark and plot armored he was right because of what happened in Winter Soldier, which is a better movie.
So no harm, no foul kind of aspect where it's like, well, I was right, so no harm done. And it's like, yeah, but that was still a stupid decision, even though you were right.
And also, what made me mad, and I haven't seen Batman versus Superman. I know there's a lot of problems with that film, and I'm not arguing against those. All I'm going to say is the same people who got super upset about the Martha thing had nothing to say about, did you know he killed my mom? Which is a totally out of left field thing in this movie. There's nothing leading up to it in the film or in the MCU that gives you any reason to believe that Steve would know, or that how they died was by Bucky. And I was just like,
Yeah, I don't want to only hate on this movie, but also there's, for one thing, that why is there a camera randomly where he killed his mom? And then also, Tony's whole thing is that he's trying to be more responsible. And I know they just had to do this to bring Spider-Man into the MCU, but he goes and like finds a random teenager and just like brings him to Germany to fight Captain America after he's just been like telling him we need to be put in check because we do stupid stuff. And I can't tell if Tony is supposed to be stupid or if they just don't know, because they do the same thing in Homecoming, which I love that movie, but it's the same deal where like Tony just does the dumbest stuff regarding Spider-Man, where I'm like, is the point that he's dumb? Or is this bad writing? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it also had like a lot of build up. There's a lot of build up to this movie, and I thought it was going to be like a really big thing. And I'm talking more about feelings here. It just didn't feel like a big thing when the Civil War finally happened, where they're like fighting in the airport, but nobody's getting killed or anything. We're not saying people should have, but it just felt kind of like, oh, it's such a big deal. They're all fighting each other. And it's like, yeah, but they're only like tying each other up. You know, no one's like really, and also like,
which is what made the roadie accident that much like more. Is like it was the one thing that actually bad that happened.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not saying someone should have died. I don't know. Something about the fight. The fight just seems to escalate quickly. It seems. I guess this is normally the case with a civil war, where it's like, guys, we can just talk. We can just talk it out. What's going on? Why are we fighting? But it's like, no, we're going to fight each other. And it just seems kind of weird. Now, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, though, so it's a little hard for me to speak on it. But I just thought it was kind of forgettable, kind of odd.
In its favor,
yeah,
it actually does a really good job of creating the quandary about are you Team Cap or Team Iron Man amongst the fans. Like, they actually did a really good job. Like, to this day, MCU fans will argue who was right. Yeah. Huh. So, like, that's a good thing, and it's. So I think, yeah.
But where do we want to put it? C? D? I think it's better than other things.
D's too low. I'm tempted to say C or even
I would not
B.
put it in B. Well, I think all things considered, I think it is better than some of the Marvel movies and shows. Mm-hmm. But I just wouldn't put it very high. I think it's kind of a forgettable one.
I'd probably put it in B. I don't want, or C. I didn't say C. Okay. I don't want to just poop on it. There's some cool stuff in it. I do like Spider-Man in it. I do like
really entertaining.
Black Panther is awesome in this movie. Every line he said is the coldest thing ever, and he looks so dope.
Yeah, I think he was better. That's a good point, because wait, Black Panther is not in Winter Soldier, correct? He's just in this one?
No, not Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he's just in this one.
Right. And then this one, Bucky kills Black Panther's father or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's trained for doing that.
That's kind of like decent. Like, yeah, Black Panther chasing, but I'm starting to think about Winter Soldier. I don't remember Civil War that much. Anyway,
it's one of those movies on rewatch. It's not as cool. I remember my friend saying that when that came out. He was like, "Dude, Winter Soldier Civil War is kind of boring." I was like, "What, dude? It's insane." He's like, "No, let's watch it. There's no plot." I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's kind of true." It bothers me when, like, there's a lot of stuff happening in the foreground with the heroes, but then you have a villain just doing separate stuff that has nothing to do with anything. But then at the end, it kind of they like vaguely tie it together. There's also a subplot, remember, with like the other Winter Soldiers that never really does anything.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
No,
and it's also frustrating because it feels like because the writing. I praise the writing for the quandary. The other side of it, though, is that the characters are just talking past each other, and rewatching it, you're just like, really, like, this could have been solved so easily if you'd actually just like sat down and listened to each other talk about what your concerns are, because they don't do that, and so that makes the rewatch hard. I'm okay leaving it in C for now. The list is fluid, so
we're gonna have to force it somewhere, maybe closer to the end. So let's move on to Avengers. So I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. I'm gonna say A.
I'm gonna say S tier. I think this is the movie where they really nailed the humor and the action. Like,
agreed.
You got lots of really cool combo scenes.
Good sound effects too. Like, I remember even just like watching Loki fight with his like scepter, and it's like a sword fight between him and I think Thor or someone. I forget who he's fighting at the end on the tower, and like the sounds of it were good, and then like it's goofy and funny, but it's not cringy. And this is unfortunately something negative, is this is the first one where they really started to get kind of goofy and silly and have like silly jokes. But I think it works in this one. They never quite go over the top. Yeah. Like when Thor gets punched by Hulk, I think it's great. Like the lines about the shawarma, like all these different things I think are fine. But this was like when Marvel started doing that a lot. But I still think this one nails a lot of that. It's
It's not this
big
movie's
finale
fault.
too.
The other movies became bad because of this, but it did start all the Marvel humor.
It was like
But I
they were
think
like,
nailed
oh, it works so great in this one. Let's lean into it, which is what Disney always does. Let's lean into it and just do it till we kill it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I would throw Avengers in S tier myself. I think it's probably
Well, all right, I'm fine with moving it there. Think once we start doing the shape like this, it's going to be hard to keep things in S tier. But I'm fine with
if you really want, if you have an argument to push it down, I'm down to hear it. But I think it's underrated in some ways.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a good argument to push it into A. So, because it is pretty solid out of all of them. It was a good finale too, and it was kind of one of the first movies that really took all these movies leading up to it, and then they gave us a really big payoff with a big ending, big good fights, good humor. All the heroes finally meet each other. Pretty big payoff. So yeah, I mean S tier. I'm fine with it up there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ultron.
Ooh. This one's also kind of got some great stuff and some bad stuff. My instinct is C, because I love some stuff. What do I love? Do I love anything in this movie?
When they get drunk and try to lift the hammer, that's pretty funny. I like the way Ultron sounds. I like his like villaininess. I think he's got like a really good like villainy voice, and
I forget what to get the actor's name, but his voice is great.
yeah, I can see the actor in my head, but I forget who he is. But
California.
But I also think it's very like forgettable and kind of clunky. They do this thing in this one where this is something Disney does a lot. I've talked about this a lot in the past, where they're like, all right, people are trying to take over the world in this one, so we need to make them take it over the world again in this one, but instead of them fighting in the city, we'll have the city floating in the sky, and that will make this movie better because it's bigger. And they just sort of like scale things that way, and it's just kind of like a lot of the same things, just fighting a bunch of robots in the sky. They have the death of what's his name, Quicksilver. Yeah,
but nothing death, unfortunately.
What do you mean nothing death? I don't remember this movie that well either.
It's just one of those deaths. Like I feel like it's one of those times where they kill a character you don't really care about. You know, it's kind of like a 2000s action movie where like a random side character will sacrifice themselves at the end, and you're like, cool, I don't remember that guy.
It's not like a Gandalf death. It's just like what? That was weird. Oh, they killed him? Oh, he's dead? Huh, that was kind of stupid death.
Yeah,
I don't have much to say about I don't have much to say about this one.
Yeah, I leave it in C.
It's fine.
All right.
Leave it in C for Captain Platitude.
I think Infinity War should be above
Infinity War. Definitely S tier.
Avengers.
Infinity War is awesome.
Yeah,
I just think it's like, I don't want to say all the same things I said about Avengers, but like it was sort of the first. It follows the villain more, which I think is interesting. It's like Thanos is kind of like the main character, and all the superheroes are sort of around him. I like that it ends unhappy. I like the fight scene in this one. This, I think, is the greatest and giant battle fight scene out of probably all of the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah, it's a great.
Where they're
scene.
like in the grass, and they're like those all the machines and the Star Wars Episode 1 force field, and the like Venom like symbiote like creatures they're fighting. I just think this is the best out of like this one's the Loki robots. This one's the what's his name? Ultron robots. This one's like Ultron. Symbiote monsters attacking. It's just so epic. The ending.
You also got Thor doing his thing with the staff. He's on his own little journey. It's a great Thor. I think it's also a great Thor movie.
Captain America has a beard, which is the best.
Captain America has a beard, which is good.
The beard is the best.
Gives hope to cosplayers everywhere with no chins like me. I'm not a cosplayer, but I have no chin. So
Chris Pratt kind of sucks in this movie because of what he does, his character.
Yeah,
that's kind of sucky.
That's not Chris Pratt's fault, but it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying whatever his name is, the character.
The only thing
they're about to capture Thanos, and then he freeze him basically just because he loses his temper. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I was waiting for Josh to finish what he was saying.
No, the only thing I disagree with on Luke is that I think Endgame has a better end scene battle.
I disagree. We do disagree on that. I think the Endgame ending battle's not that great. It's like a big CGI fest, like fan servicey.
Well, I'll talk more about that when we get to the Endgame one.
I know you guys probably both love it. Most people probably do.
And Infinity War wasn't.
Infinity War looked sick. It didn't look CGI-ish. It looked like very like. I don't know how to describe it.
I think what's better about this one. I don't want to get into Endgame too much yet, but
this
I think
one's just
what's
like
cool
on
about
a
this
moon,
scene,
like moon planet, and like I know I'm saying like random little things where it's like, what's the big deal, Luke? Why does it matter? This one had grass, and then this one's on the moon. But I'm saying like something about this battle is like just doesn't appeal to me.
I do think Infinity War really works because I think it's in the daytime. It just looks more tactile. Endgame is actually not on the moon. It looks like, but that's a problem. It looks like it's on the moon, but it's at the Avengers base.
Oh, but everything's like leveled.
Yeah, but it's just a gray mess, and it's kind of a gray blob of stuff happening.
And there's a lot of like,
it's awesome though.
There's a lot of
I don't
like,
think it's like way worse.
Well, you remember in this movie, not way worse.
So,
I like remember this one, and this one
stuck. Endgame then?
Yeah, we kind of are, because do you think this one shouldn't be really quick, Josh? Do you think it should not be S tier?
No, I think it's S.
Okay,
I think it's S.
But now we can discuss like the differences between these ones.
Yeah,
because I think this one should probably be A or B tier. Because I don't really like Endgame that much.
I agree that over as a whole, the final battle, and I think the final battle in Infinity War works better as a whole. But there's such cool moments in Endgame where like when Cap picks up the hammer, and Thor's just like, I knew it, and then he fights Thanos one-on-one. That's like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So much so that on my honeymoon, I watched it every day, multiple times a day on Disney Plus. It just came on Disney Plus, and I'm like, my wife's like, let's go, let's be on our honeymoon. I'm like, I can't. Captain America's like, let's lift the hammer.
This scene again.
I have to watch this again. It's just so good. And I think both these movies do a really good job of incorporating everyone together and doesn't feel bloated. Every character feels like they should be there. But it's kind of more like the season finale of a show than a movie when it comes to Endgame, I will say.
Well, it seems like, you know what? I think I would describe it as this. Endgame has a lot like, when you're at the end of right before the intermission of a play, or at the very end of a play, everyone trots on stage, everyone is singing, there's fireworks or like confetti going off, and it's like this big, like, there's this character, and now this character, and now this character, and they're all singing together, and it's like this big, like, I don't know really the word I'm looking for. Just like big finale, but ensemble. It feels kind of, ensemble, yes. Instead of the Avengers, the ensemblers. But it feels like that to me. It feels like very like everyone's prancing around. We're showing you these characters. And they did that in Avengers 1. Like they do that one shot where it's like the camera swings around all of them. Thor's spinning his hammer. Hulk roars. Black Widow's reloading her gun and all this stuff, and the camera's like swinging around. It's very much like, here are all the characters, and that's okay to a point. I just think they do that a lot in this one, where it's like, here's all the guys fighting, now here's all the girl superheroes fighting, look at them teaming up, look at how, and it's like so much that it's like too much to me. Now I haven't watched it in a long time, so I'm stabbing a little bit on like, this is what I felt when I watched it in the theater a very long time ago.
I'm not a Fortnite person, but Paige always sees the Fortnite reference, and it takes her.
Wait, what's the Fortnite reference?
I don't know.
It's and when they go find Thor, he's in the cabin. He's playing Fortnite.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they fat up Thor in this one too, don't they?
Yeah.
There's a lot of corn in this one. This is where they get.
Oh wait, dude. Another thing. So yeah, fat Thor. I like that they committed to the joke, but I don't love that it's there. But dude, Smart Hulk pissed me off. The fact that we don't ever actually get Hulk fighting anything big in the whole MCU makes me actually upset. That's Sarlacc Pit for me. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's Sarlacc Pit, really?
Sarlacc Pit? No, not really. But it is like it makes me sad in real life.
Well, let's think about and then like the Back to the Future stuff, going back in time, forward in time. I didn't like that they were like, wow, this doesn't make any sense, right, audience? And then the other person's like, yeah, audience, but it's a movie, so it doesn't matter, basically. Like, whatever they said, I don't even remember the line, but that's basically what they're saying. It doesn't really make sense. Yeah, we just don't think about it, or something. Am I off on that?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, something like that.
I thought the time travel was a massive cop-out.
And it's all right, but I almost... I don't know, something about that.
I think they handled it all right. I don't think that it was...
it's okay. It's okay.
No, I disagree because they removed all the stakes from going back in time by saying that by going back
doesn't affect anything.
Right. So I heard a review for Endgame that basically said, look, imagine Tony being presented with, hey, Tony, we can travel back in time, grab the stones, come back, snap our fingers, and we're fine. And Tony's the one who says, if we do that, everything we have here is gone, including my daughter.
Yeah.
Immediately raises the stakes a millionfold. And it makes his sacrifice mean that much more. And so there's an element of, because they did away with that, we just get to go back in time, grab the stones. But if we go right back to the exact moment that we took the stones, everything's okay. It's like then, and the other part of this too, and it's not necessarily fair, but it bleeds into Loki and the time traveling agency that show's all about, because
and Spider-Man,
it just muddies, yes, and it
whatever it is,
yeah, and it just muddies so much where you're just like, this doesn't make any sense. This is, yeah, I didn't like it at all. I
should we put it in B tier?
Yeah,
dang. No way. I can't believe this.
But I mean, parts of it. Well, I mean, the problem is when it's like, when there's like really good parts and then really average parts are really. Yeah. It's not even negative, because I didn't hate this movie. I think it's a decent finale. I think it was like done pretty well, just to give it its credit. I just remember leaving Infinity War being like, this. I just loved what I saw. Then I left this one like, I mean, so it was decent finale. You know, it's kind of like a good ending to the show. I mean, like the series of movies, but yeah, I don't know. Didn't hit me quite the same as Infinity War.
I think B might be too low. Maybe be A. I could do A. Man, I want to do S, but Josh convinced me.
S tier, no, because S tier I think is giving it too much credit. There's too much like, it's not even lazy either. I really think they like tried to make it work. There's certain movies that I'll watch where I'm like, Sarlacc Pit, because they didn't care. The people making this didn't seem to care. It's just slop. This does not feel like slop to me. It feels like they tried their best. I think they did pretty good job with it. It just, I don't think they quite nailed it in this one, for one reason or another.
I think what hurts it, there are S tier moments, but there are also Sarlacc Pit moments.
I don't know about Sarlacc Pit, to be honest.
Smart Thor or Smart Hulk and Fat Thor are Sarlacc Pit moments. I would argue.
I don't think I can Sarlacc. I don't think I can Sarlacc Pit those, even though I don't like them.
I agree about Smart Hulk, but I think Fat Thor, if they didn't commit to it, it would have been bad. But at least I think they committing to it made it work enough.
I think Fat Thor is like Disney slop.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit with the Thor that we had through 3 Thor films and 2 previous Avenger films. Like it came so far out of left field for me. And let's not forget that they did it because Chris Hemsworth said, I want to be funny in this film.
So like this is something that Disney does a lot, where they do this to characters. I would argue that they did this with Barbossa. Even though I think Barbossa is kind of fine in like the later films, they like change his character, where Barbossa is sort of like the villain and a little bit like intense and, willing to kill people to get what he wants. Like he's a pirate. But then you see him in like the later movies, and he's like kind of quirky and goofy and like, pirate, I'm a pirate, like more like a cartoon character. A lot of Disney movies will do this. They like cartoonize everything after a while. So they did that with Thor. I think they did it. I'm trying to think of who else they've done it with in this series.
I mean, the entire Guardians is like that.
Yeah, I know you and I are going to have a discussion about Guardians, which is the next one. I think Guardians does it well. Oh, actually, no, not Guardians 2. I think does it really like way worse. Like Guardians 1, I think nails the humor and nails the like feeling of Guardians of the Galaxy, that kind of goofy, music-y type movie, very James Gunn. And then Guardians 2, even though I still like Guardians 2, just sort of sort of jumps the shark with it, where it's just like everything is goofy, everything is silly, you can't have any serious moments. There obviously are some serious movies in Guardians too, and I know they're on our list. We'll get to in a minute, but then it's like it's just constantly funny, constant like record scratching moments the whole movie, and then after the record scratches, they acknowledge like, did you notice the record scratch? Wow, it's like this record scratch happened. Huh, it's almost like a record scratch that like no one in the audience expected. They just like draw so much attention, and it's more sloppy. So anyway, are we good with A though?
It in A tier. I would personally have it in B, but if I'm content to leave it in A.
I think I would have it high B also, but I'm
Let's
good
see what
with
else
A.
goes in A. Maybe it'll be the like bottom A. Depending on what else we get in there.
All right, I think Guardians is S tier.
Okay, I'm going to say what I'm gonna say and then leave it to you and Mike to talk about it. Luke. if this were my list, every Guardians film would be digested in the Sarlacc Pit.
No way,
dude. Yeah, no, Josh hates these movies.
I hated them.
Why? Why?
I've discussed this with him. It's hard. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, right?
It's incredibly hard to explain. I find the only I'm being deadly serious. The only characters that I like in this are the raccoon and Groot, and that's mostly because I love Groot. Everything else, everybody else can go digest themselves in the Sarlacc Pit. I did not like there's nothing about these films that I like.
Nothing.
Wow, that's
when Paige and
just
I
like
watched,
a Luke opinion.
when we watched the MCU, Paige and I did back through, within 5 minutes, we were on our phones.
They both hate
looking
them.
at each other like, can we just skip these? And we didn't because we wanted to do it. So here's what I'm gonna do.
It's rough.
I'm gonna disqualify myself from discussing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Josh is going in the Sarlacc Pit.
You guys decide where you would want them. I will ask, would you be willing to drop it one level from there? And if not, that's fine. But I'm going to leave you guys to talk about it.
All right,
so I think in terms of S tier, it's better than Avengers.
Whoa.
And possibly might be better than Infinity War. Hear me out.
No way.
That's why I'm not sure. But this is why. I just think this movie was very original. The music was original. The colors, the effects. I think the characters too, that kind of goofy off-centerness of like the heroes. They have like really funny moments. It's got a really unique style to it with like the slow motion and like I talked about the style of the music, the tape. There's just like so many things about it that are very like original and fresh, and it fits really well in this movie. Lots of movies on this list afterwards try to be Guardians of the Galaxy, and I just don't think they do it.
I agree with that.
I guess the villain is a bit weak.
The villain is garbage.
I think the movie's less about the villain. It's more about their.
As bad as Josh on here, but dude, the villain is so weak in this movie. It's like there's basically no villain in this movie. And it's great characters. Everything you said is true, but the villain is
Avengers
so weak. Avengers
is like a finale after all of these films, and Infinity War is a finale of all these films. But this is like an origin story, like the first one. So this is like an Iron Man or like a Thor one. Like this, that I think does raise the film's credibility a little bit, because it's not like, all right, you've had 5 episodes and now here's the season finale, and there's a lot of fan service to like pay off all those movies. It's like, this is the first one.
Okay, with Guardians, there's a little bit of that. And I got to give it some credit. I think it's one of the best standalone movies. Like anybody could watch that movie and not have to see anything else in the MCU, and they could appreciate it like exactly as much as somebody else who watched the MCU, because it's totally encased. Up to that point, there's nothing you need to know to watch it. Accessible. The characters are good. I don't agree with Josh that they're like insufferable, but I do think that the villain is so weak. I can't put it in S tier, man. The villain is nothing. There's like basically no villain in this movie.
Very forgettable villain. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair.
But there is other great stuff in it.
So think about this. I like that this one is the first Marvel movie that's kind of like a musical. it just like has so much with music integrated into the what's happening, if that makes sense. Like actual songs. He's got the headphones, the tape player. If you just think about the beginning of this movie, where he's got the headphones on the moon and he's like flying around, the music's playing. There's like a lot of like really unique moments.
I do think the way they use music in the movie is really good.
It's like it's kind of like Baby Driver a little bit.
That too. Yeah. Other movies have tried to do it and they failed.
Yeah,
which is
I think this one did it really well. And then there's like the characters. Which one is this? The one with the gold people, or is that the second one?
No, that's the second one. When he steals the battery, when Rocket steals the battery from them, that's the second one.
Right. That's
it might be in this one, but not
one.
as like main characters.
I think I'm good with.
I could put it in A.
Yeah. Reluctantly, I'll put it in A because I think compared to Avengers, in terms of standalone film, I think Guardians might be better than Avengers. Avengers is a good finale, but as a standalone film,
I can put it above Endgame for now in A. We can revisit it. Maybe so a low
Josh
S,
wants to agree where we move it
there.
down to B. I don't think I can agree to that.
I wouldn't agree with that either.
You sure I can't convince you to put it in the Sarlacc Pit?
I hear you that you want it. Remember, we did this with Rogue One. Like, if this was Josh's list, it'd be there. I don't think I can agree to put it in B. I just don't. I could not put Endgame above Guardians.
That's all right.
I just can't do it. I think this is just like a big finale film. It's not like a good standalone film at all.
They're different things. I think as a standalone movie, Guardians
there's a lot
is better
of heart
than Endgame.
in this too, and a lot of like spirit in this. You can just feel it. That it's like a
man.
I don't
can't imagine what it's like to be Josh and watching this happen.
I know.
He thinks this would be.
Well, he'll like this one better. I think this one.
Guardians 2. I don't like Guardians 2 as much.
Above it would be. I put it above these.
Maybe twice.
I'd probably put it B. There's some really good emotional moments in 2 that I think are good. But the humor is kind of annoying. I think that it leans too much into being goofy, and this is a problem I have with a lot of different things, where it's like people are too afraid of getting memed or made fun of to be serious, so then everything has to be a joke, everything has to be goofy. Yeah. And I don't like that culture. I want some seriousness to things. And this one, it's kind of like the newer Marvel movies where it's like every 10 seconds it's like, oh, little joke, and like, oh, and it can't be serious, and record scratch, and now it's goofy, and even though Guardians is more like that, I just think they don't do it very well, especially like the beginning. I could almost like the beginning of this, but the jokes just like, oh, they just stab me every time.
Not as good as one.
Flopping jokes.
I might put it in. I think I put it in C, but
it's definitely above these 2 movies for me. So maybe high C.
Maybe high C.
I think I have to put it B fine. Though. I think it's pretty decent of a movie.
Well, let's compromise with Josh and put it in C. Yeah, I think it's decent. Civil War is also decent. Age of Ultron is overhated.
I think these are way worse than this one, though. I think I'd probably shift these
Civil
down.
War so many times. And I've never really watched Guardians 2. Maybe I've seen it one. Maybe I've seen it twice.
All right, you can come up for air, Josh. All right, we're moving on. Ant-Man.
Everyone disagrees with me on this. Ant-Man is underrated. I think Ant-Man is a C or a B at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably B. I would say the toy fighting scene at the end is pretty great.
Everyone always asks like this movie is boring.
Movie,
it's got such cool stuff. It wasn't what was Baby Driver's director? I always forget his name.
It's Edgar Wright. He influenced this. He was going to direct this movie, actually.
He did not do it, but it does have some fun Edgar Wright moments. I love the Luis guy narrating everything. It's really funny. I like the science is inconsistent, but the fight scenes are really fun.
I think the problem that Ant-Man had
the ending is really good.
We were so far into the MCU at this point that origin films felt like a massive step back.
It does feel very forgettable, this film.
And so there's an element of like, oh, another origin film. But that said, I think it's B tier. I think that's the perfect ranking for it.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think it's a very good film. I don't really remember a lot of it. But I remember the ending, like when they're fighting in the toys, and it's like, oh, that's so great to have them fighting in the toys, little tiny, where it's like they're having this massive fight, but then from our perspective, it's just like a little toys moving around and stuff.
The
like
train just falls down.
When the train is going to run them over.
Ant-Man is the B movie.
Hey, nice.
Got him.
All right.
Cool, that was easy. Sarlacc Pit. That movie sucks
Yeah,
balls.
don't you guys? Doesn't everyone hate this one? I don't even remember it, but
I have.
I'm kind of disqualified because I just don't remember it.
It's literally like Civil War, where like
that's
the plot
it.
is.
Hold on, what Josh just said right there is that's it. It's like, oh, I did see this, didn't I? And I just don't remember. I don't remember it at all. I don't remember anything from it at all.
I've only seen it once, but I remember the plot is Scott realizes that Michael Douglas's wife is still in the quantum realm, and they're trying to get her out. And at the same time, Lawrence Fishburne is trying to help this girl who has like some kind of quantum disease or something.
Oh, that's right.
And then, but it's the same thing. Like they both need to use this quantum thingy. That I think Michael Douglas has it, and they both can use it. It's not a one-time use machine, but Lawrence Fishburne starts chasing them, and Michael Douglas is like, "Hey, get away! I hate you!" And then he's like, "Fine, I'll kill you." And then the whole time he was just trying to help this girl, which Ant-Man would totally have been down with, but they just didn't tell them. If at any moment in the movie they just said, "Hey, I'm trying to help this girl who's sick," they'd be like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, you can use it one time. And then they do that
at the end anyway.
You can borrow it today, and then how about you give it back tomorrow? Instead, they're like fighting over it. Yeah, and it's always so kind of rough when it's like the conflict between two characters is they don't have a chance to talk, and they're like, oh, they'd really both be fine. They just don't know, and so now they're fighting over it. Kind of thing. Yeah,
there's some fun action stuff, but it doesn't make up for it.
So speaking of origin movies, by the time we're kind of tired of them, I think this one's kind of in the same place. I think Doctor Strange is a pretty good movie, especially once again the ending with like the time warp. He gets the guy like stuck in the time warp. Some quirkiness to it.
The Dormammu I've come to bargain was pretty good in theater, as I recall.
I remember my friend and I watched it, and we after the theater we just said, "Was that good?" I think that was good.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it was a good one. I kind of forget. I mean, I'm trying to remember. So like his hands get broken. He can't do surgery anymore. It's like profession, and then he goes to like those monks or whatever, and then he gets trained. Then the guy with the cracked up eyes shows up, and there's like a lot in it that I don't really recall, but.
That's basically it. And then
I think it's decent.
The guy with the eyes summons Dormammu. I think this movie is good. Ironically, it has some really fun stuff, but I feel like they kind of missed a lot of opportunities of having like a medicine doctor become a wizard. I feel like he could have done some cool stuff with that, where he's like, I'm going to, I don't know, shrink your medulla oblongata or something. Like it could have been some cool like surgical magic. It's mostly just kung fu with sparks, but overall, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it. B tier sounds good to me.
Iron Man's S tier.
So
we
know S tier. We all agree, but where? Definitely above Avengers.
I might put Infinity War behind Iron Man. I don't know. Because Iron Man just stands alone. Like it's just so good. I just watched.
It's the first of all of them, and it like really started to establish the type of movie, you know. And then, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, and like. He's the first superhero that had that kind of, I guess, really. I mean, obviously, Spider-Man had his like witty liners and stuff like, but just the way that he plays Iron Man is such an original thing. Also, the music too, perfect. All the AC/DC music.
Yeah,
and
you want to talk sound design too, Luke? Like sound design is so cool. Like all of the armor sounds, all the like repulsor blasts. They do this really cool thing where they like sample like a thunder strike or lightning noise, thunder noise. The noise of a lightning, like they used to like with the first scene he uses it, there's like thunder crack behind each one, and it feels so awesome.
And then like there's like forgettable. I like when movies have really intense moments that you kind of forget about, like you just don't really think about it. But then when you watch the movie, it's like, oh wow, I forgot this scene is so intense. The scene where Jeff Bridges uses the like little pen and paralyzes Tony and then rips his heart out and leaves him, and it's like such an evil, like intense, dramatic villain reveal.
I will say the final battle is kind of a letdown compared to
sure, yeah, like his robot suit versus his robot suit.
That might make it low S.
And he tricks him into punching an electrical thing or something, and he electrocutes himself to death or something like that.
He flies super high, and then he freezes and falls to his death.
Not falls to his death, but
or Jeff Bridges falls to his death.
That was
no, he doesn't die there though. I don't think.
No,
I thought there was a scene where she turns on like this big electrical field, and he's like standing in front of it, and his arms are outstretched, and he's like, ah, and he gets like electrocuted and blown up or something.
But like Tony was in it too, so that was the point. It was like, push the button, but both of you will die.
Right. I remember that actually being a little corny. Actually, now that you mention it, she's like, but you'll die. You know, it just seemed kind of hokey.
It was the first comic book movie that was cool. So
it doesn't have the same level of. Unfortunately, I'm sad we're not going to be doing the Raimi Spider-Mans in here. I just realized, but it doesn't have like that Spider-Man 2 redemption, where you've got the redemption of both Peter and Doc Ock sort of intertwining between each other with the same sort of redemption or the same sort of lesson. They both learn the same lesson. With this one, it's like, I guess he has that self-sacrificing at the end where he's like, push the button, I don't care if I die. And is that counter to his character from the beginning? I just don't really think it is.
Yeah, he's
though.
Super,
but not like, but I mean, technically yes, but like, I don't know how to describe what I'm saying. It's not as good as Spider-Man 2.
He's not like a bad guy necessarily, but he's also not a good guy. It's not like
it's not Cusco in Emperor's New Groove. You know how like his whole arc is about when he finally chooses to save Pacha, overtake the potion, and it's just like the whole story goes that way. I don't really think that Iron Man does that so well. For Tony,
I think like there's some things at the beginning where they're talking about like, don't you want peace? He's like, oh, I'd be out of a job with peace. Like there's a thing where he's kind of like he doesn't really care that he's making money off of weapons. But it happens very early on where he kind of changes his tune.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think his character changes after his friend is killed. Like right at the beginning
after he got bombed. Yeah, that too actually. Yeah.
And that's kind of where I mean maybe he changes a few times. I might need to rewatch it. I still think it's probably as a movie better than Avengers though. Avengers is once again a good finale. I might even put it above Infinity War, but I don't know. Infinity War is a good finale. Well, it's not exactly a finale, but it's like a good like sort of finale. Cliffhanger, Empire Strikes Back kind of ending kind of movie. And I always really like those. Dark Knight, Empire Strikes Back, sort of unhappy ending movie. And I've always really liked that.
I could put it in low S or high S. I think it's just a great movie.
Decent spot for it. Josh, any thoughts before we move on?
I'm happy with it where it is.
Okay, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Be a saucy one.
Just kidding.
No, this is okay.
No, I'd probably put it
at least in B.
Maybe it's decent. It's a decent movie, but I don't like Tom Holland Spider-Man. I just don't. I know this is going to be a contention point. I just don't think he's good. I know everyone disagrees. This is one of those things. Everyone loves him. Everyone has been saying they loved him since he existed. He's the best Spider-Man they love. And I don't think he's that great of an actor in these movies. I don't think he acts that well. I like him getting crushed by the building, and then he like turns into a little kid, sort of. He's like kind of whimpering and like scared. And I really like that aspect because I've always thought Spider-Man is like a character who is strong because he's actually kind of a weak person. Like he's not really supposed to be a superhero, so I like that. I love the Vulture scene when Vulture figures out he's Spider-Man. In the car. Oh, it's one
of the coolest scenes in the MCU.
It is. I love that scene.
I remember when
but those are kind of the two scenes I like. The rest of it is I'm sort of indifferent.
When I was watching Homecoming in the theater, I was with a group of friends, and when Peter goes up to Liz's house. Everyone was like, he's going to be racist. He's white? Like, it was everyone in my theater, their reaction to seeing Vulture being Liz's dad. And that's hilarious. And I can't let that go. I think this movie is one of my favorite movies, but it does have one of the dumbest things
Favorite
ever,
Marvel movies or favorite movies?
Favorite Marvel movies.
Okay.
But it does the thing with the conversation. If Tony had just texted him back, it would have been fine. And that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
It would be almost a perfect movie aside from that. It's like a really big problem. And all the Spider-Man MCU movies do it for some reason.
I think, what's his name? Who plays Vulture? What's his name? The actor.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. I think he was really good in this movie.
It's Michael Keaton. Oh.
Yeah. I think he's pretty good. I kind of like the like construction worker, and he gets like kind of pissed off and then he's like a little bit more small scale. It's not like we're gonna pick up the entire world or the entire city and fly it into the sky, and then there'll be 1,000 robots and 1,000 robots and 1,000 robots, and it's like the same thing over and over and over again. It's like this kind of I don't know if he's like a regular guy, sort of, but he's like a businessman, kind of, who turns rogue. It's just a little different, and it's not like. And then the fight between them is very low scale. It's not like I'm Vulture and I'm gonna blow up the city. It's just like, well, if Spider-Man doesn't win, Vulture's gonna, it's just like smaller scale, I guess, which I kind of like.
I think going off of Vulture, and if we include all the Spider-Man movies, Vulture's, I think, is the third best villain in cinematic Spider-Man, with Green Goblin and Doc Ock as the clear 1, 2, whichever order
you're talking about. All Spider-Man across all movies. Yeah,
so like maybe not including the animated films, because I don't remember.
So we got Green Goblin, we've got Sandman, we got Venom, we've got
Doc Ock, the lizard guy from Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
we got the electric guy,
Green Goblin, Harry Potter. What's his name? Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn, who's like Green Goblin 2.0, basically.
Yeah.
Defoe, Green Goblin, and Doc Ock are, to me,
Sandman is arguably pretty good. Like his arc in Spider-Man 3
is amazing. He's just ruined by the rest of that movie.
Yeah, that's what the movie was supposed to be originally. Was just going to be Sandman only, and you can see how good his arc is compared to everything else in that movie.
I can accept that his character is ruined by the rest of the film because that movie's bad. But anyway, where do we have it ranked? We got it ranked B.
B, yeah. I mean, maybe better than Strange because of the scenes that are so good in that one.
It'll be high B.
Yeah, high B, low A. I'm happy with it being first.
The thing is, the Vulture is a classic Spider-Man villain. Like you said, he's not evil trying to take over the world. He's just trying to do his thing, and he's accidentally endangering everyone else, and Peter's trying to help him and stop him at the same time. That's just classic Spider-Man.
Oh, boy.
But I know you hate Tom Holland.
Yeah. I just don't think I think he's really overrated.
Okay, so Far From Home. I realized last time we weren't saying out loud every single title. I was listening to it. I didn't know what we were talking about.
Oh, Far From Home.
Far From Home. It's a cute movie.
I think this is where I'd put it.
Kind of dumb. The fact that
there's some really good scenes in it.
Scroll at the end is really stupid. I think.
Far From Home kind of gets lost in the mix a bit because of it's just in the middle.
It's
phase 3, I think, and so it's just like, oh my gosh.
And I love the Mysterio tripping him out, like when he's tripping on the Mysterio stuff. I think that's really good.
That's super cool.
Oh, I forgot we did a whole podcast on this movie. Way back when.
We did like a million podcast episodes on these movies.
But I remember that was really good in my opinion, and then in my opinion I thought the ending was decent where he like goes to shoot him or whatever. I can't quite remember. I remember liking that. I like the idea of the drones. So I like things about Mysterio mostly, but like the Tom Holland, Ben the friend, and then MJ, who's not MJ, them three. No, they're just not for me. I don't like their chemistry.
What is it about Tom Holland you don't know? You don't like? Is it something you can pinpoint?
I don't think he's really a very good actor. I just don't think he like really not in general, but at least in these movies. I think he's too peppy and like happy as Spider-Man. He seems like jolly and peppy and like having a good time. He has his friends and he's got kind of a decent life. It's not really, and it's like, dude, Spider-Man's supposed to be like dreary and anxious and bummed out.
Well,
that's my opinion of Spider-Man, at least.
Okay, so I think there's two things with that.
It's very soap opera Spider-Man, I think.
I think two things. One, in the movies, Spider-Man's way more of a downer. They're way more broody than he is in the comics and the cartoons. Everything outside of the movies, he's joking and happy, and not happy, but joking and jovial nonstop. Especially in the comics. But then his life is too good in these movies.
And in the comics, it's always like, oh, I'm kind of responsible for this person getting killed. If only I had done this, then this wouldn't have happened. There's a lot of like guilt in Spider-Man comics. And and nobody knows who he is, and that's always like a point of contention where it's like, I was late to the date. Why? Oh, if only I could tell you the real me and why this is happening, but I can't, because then you'd be in danger. So there's this kind of aspect of people don't understand my intentions, why I do what I do. They think I'm a irresponsible, lazy, flaky kid, when I'm actually really responsible and like saving people, and I'm a hero, but they can't know it. So there's like a lot of conflict in that. And then in these movies, it's just like right away, everyone knows he's Spider-Man. He's got Iron Man to help him. He's got Nick Fury to help him. He's got MJ and Ben to help him. He's got his aunt to help him. And it's just like everyone's like on Team Spider-Man. It's like a whole big family. And it just doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel like the type of Spider-Man I find interesting. Sense. And I don't think Tom Holland is a very good actor in these movies either. I just don't think his performance is just boring. There's nothing like flavorful to it. It's very marvelly. It's very like taste. It's very like uninteresting. And yeah,
I do think it makes sense to have so many people in his corner in the MCU, because that's just kind of how the MCU is. It's way more connected than a standalone Spider-Man thing. So I think you have to kind of maybe give some.
Sure, it is what it is.
Some leeway to that.
This is just my opinion. I'm not saying my opinion is the right opinion or that I'm the bearer of truth, but this is what my opinion is.
What I'm saying is, I understand why you wouldn't like those things, but I think for where it is, I think all these changes make sense for being in the MCU. If it was like a standalone Spider-Man movie, I think I would judge it a little more harsher.
I mean,
so I respect the fact that you're a fan of traditional Spider-Man stuff, and it's a valid opinion. I personally am more with Mike, where I'm like, Spider-Man, whether it's the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man or the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, like those universes where you have classic Spider-Man, there are no other heroes. And it's kind of it's a funky comparison, but it's kind of like classic Batman is broody. He's not. He like, don't help me. I'm in it for myself. And even with the Robins and Batgirl, they're pretty toxic relationships, actually, like classic Batman. But once you introduce to that universe Superman, the Flash, Green Arrow, like all the other people, Batman's character changes. He's not, and it's not like 180 degrees, but he's friendlier. He's a bit more a team player. He's a bit more this. He's a bit more that. And so if you were super in love with classic Batman, yeah, I could understand why you would dislike that. I think what they've done, and I'm very curious to see what they do moving forward, because we're about to talk about the third Spider-Man, I think. What they've done is that they've set up classic Spider-Man with this MCU backdrop now, where it's like the reason nobody knows who I am and the reason all this stuff is because they've lost their memory, and I have chosen not to bring it back to the way.
Sure, I would say they kind of retcon it, where which it's okay to me.
To me, it would make it even better, because now he has to live with the fact, like, I used to have everything. I gave it up to save the multiverse or whatever, and now this is my life now. So I appreciate that grand arc, I suppose. And you and I disagree about Tom Holland, which is fine. But
I know I disagree with everyone, because everyone loves him.
A lot of people do feel the way that you think, but those people are also guys like the critical drinker. And they're retarded.
I'm not, so. And I'm not like,
you're not retarded. But
I'm not like he's the worst Spider-Man of all time. I hate him. His acting is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
The worst thing I've ever seen. It's just this. It's just I just don't think he's like especially good. I just think he's like, I don't know. Yeah, just sort of mid. So speaking of the next one, so Spider-Man No Way Home, just so we say the title like you were saying. This one brings up another point that I have about this Spider-Man. I'm going to put it here. That's not where I'm leaving. I'm just going to set it down so I don't have to hold it. The thing about this one, it's similar to this one, and it's similar to Homecoming and similar to Far From Home. And it's another aspect of Spider-Man in this series that I don't really like. It's that they keep trying to make him like Iron Man. They give him like metal suits. They give him wings. They give him all these like spider gadgets and like machines. His eyes are like robotics. He's like a robot. And it's I know this might just be my opinion. I don't like that. That's Iron Man. That's what Iron Man does. Spider-Man was like web shooters. He web slings. He doesn't fly. He web slings. He's got, you could make an argument. I'm kind of like making arguments against myself as I'm talking here. You can make an argument that in the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, it's like, oh, he has like webs that actually shoot out of him instead of web shooters. Some people might like that and some people might not. And it's like, what's the big deal? But there's something about like a metal suit Spider-Man. It's just different. It's just like a different feeling, a different type of superhero. Like I said, he's like Iron Man 2.0 in a lot of different ways. He acts a lot like Iron Man does. And he's got like gadgets and machines. And I know it's a different flavor of Spider-Man. I think some people might prefer that flavor of Spider-Man. I don't, though.
You know what it is to me? Are either of you big 007 fans?
No, I wouldn't say a fan. I've seen a couple of the Daniel Craig movies.
Craig stuff. So I'm not super familiar with them either.
It's like that though. I think I know where you're going with this.
But it's old 007 was all about the gadgets.
Yeah, exactly.
It was about the pens.
Batman is about gadgets. And Iron Man is about gadgets, but Spider-Man?
But what they did with the Daniel Craig is they made it all about martial arts and all about like what can you do with your hands as opposed to the technology that would give you. And so they've done the opposite with Spider-Man, where it used to be web slinging and you've got these like razor like these super clingy razor hairs on your fingers that lets you be able to crawl around and yada yada yada. And then
he's got strength, he's got spider sense, he's got webs. I think that's it.
Yeah,
and the fingers for the climbing on walls.
Yeah, and then they've progressed him to where he's at now. I think he's
got a drone robot, and he's got robot eyes that can see through walls, and he has webs so he can fly like a glider, and he has his spider sense is a Siri device that talks to him, and it's a Jarvis device kind of thing. Just very different.
So here's the thing, though. I do think Spider-Man in the comics is supposed to be a genius who can make.
He makes gadgets all the time.
Yeah. So that to me is
fair.
like, well, and I think there's also a version of Spider-Man called the Iron Spider, where he does have like a mechanized.
He gets a suit from Tony Stark.
There's always going to, just throw it out there, there's always going to be Spider-Man versions with different suits. I just played like the old PlayStation Spider-Man game. There's like the silver and black metal Spider-Man. He's in the Fox TV show. There is like the Scarlet Spider. There is the $29.99 or $20.99 Spider-Man. Yeah, like there's all these like different types. So there's always like fun having like different variations of Spider-Man. And someone could make an argument that these films take place where, well, this is the Spider-Man who has an Iron Man suit basically, and it's fine. But if someone was like, we're going to make another Spider-Man movie about the Scarlet Spider or about the 2099 Spider-Man, it's like, that's cool, but I like my Spider-Man. I like, like they keep trying to change the suit, and I think you can change the suit a little bit, but dude, it's like trying to change Superman's suit.
I have totally unrelated gripes with this movie because
we can get off this. This is all opinions.
It's one of the most exciting theater experiences I've had in my life. I laughed out of joy in this movie, which I don't think I've ever done in a movie. Mm-hmm. I teared up. I cried. And it's got the dumbest plot of all time. Like, it's even worse than Ant-Man and the Wasp. The only thing that saves it is just so many good moments, and Andrew Garfield just acting the crap out of everyone. But, like, the whole thing is, for one, they set up the thing at the end of Far From Home where everyone knows who he is. 10 minutes into No Way Home, they're like, oh, that's fine. It's not gonna be a big deal. The worst thing is your gym teacher's going to be mad at you at one time. And then these guys come from another dimension, and Doctor Strange is like, yeah, just send them back. And then Peter's like, oh, let me cure them before I send them back. It's like, you don't know that's going to work. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, and also...
They all were about to die when they came over here.
Even just Doctor Strange being like, all right, I'll rewind time for you, and then like all these disasters happen. Like,
he's a freaking doctor.
Untold amount of disasters happening. It's very out of character for him, and like
yeah,
Yeah.
You're like, hey, can you chop this out of my brain? He's like, sure, let me start. And as I'm cutting your brain open, tell me what you want to do with your brain. Like, he's a brain surgeon. He's a doctor. Like, wouldn't he ask him, hey, yeah, sure, I can do this thing for you. What do you want to remember you? Why do you want them to forget you? What's going on? Have you done that?
Moving it up this far, right? Above
drinking water.
Far from
also, it's so stupid, but also it's so good.
I'm not saying leave it here. I'm not saying leave it here, by the way.
Like,
just like hold on, but really quick. We agree that it should at least be this high. Above.
At least C, yeah. Because like the Green Goblin stuff, dude, is so good.
Yes, it is. The Green Goblin stuff is some of the best villain stuff I've seen in any Marvel movie ever.
It's so good.
When he's punching him and he's laughing, it was very much like Joker interrogation scene.
Dude.
Like,
it's like
really,
legitimately
good.
Scary. You're like, how is Spider-Man going to get out of this one? Like, I hear like the announcer guy.
And
in
it is
the back,
very Green Goblin.
Oh, this week.
Josh, what are you trying to say?
I think I totally disagree with you, Mike.
Oh.
So the thing I really like about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that he's a teenager. And he's obviously a teenager. And I'm not even talking about appearances. I'm talking about like how his brain works.
Yeah.
He's obviously a teenager. And what he tries to do to fix his situation is what a teenager would do, which is let's just put it all into one package and solve it. And right. Doctor Strange, who has an ego the size of Montana, thinks he could do it. So it's the perfect combination of two guys who Doctor Strange, who is from his film we know is, an egomaniac, and Tom Holland, who is a teenager trying to solve a problem from the worst way possible, but they both think it's plausible and they can do it, and that is the way it has to be. And then you see at the end of the film, Tom has grown up because he's like, fork. Like from everything that's happened in the film, he's grown up before your eyes. And Doctor Strange is like, dude, we got to fix this. And he's like, do it the right way this time. And Strange being like, no, we can find a way. Doctor, do it the right way. And the doctor being like, yeah, you're right. Like, this is the way we got to do it. We're going to and I'm sorry, we're going to miss you. And that's the growth of both of them in this film, which is what we result in. I would put this film in B tier because if there is a film where fan service is appropriate, this is the ultimate one. It's got all the moments that you would want. You've got the returning characters that everybody wants to see. You've got the meme moment, which surprisingly worked rather well. The villains are really good. Like, I don't know.
I'm going back and forth on like Homecoming versus No Way Home because this movie I think is more contained in a better movie, like more like less problems. This movie has like better fan service, some better moments, some really good like big moments that are really good that especially a lot of people like. I didn't particularly like a lot of the things that I think people like in this. But I think it's like more in the middle, more highs and more lows. So then which one goes first?
I'd be okay with B tier. I'd be okay with that. I think it's better than Ant-Man and Doctor Strange, and I'd be okay with leaving it just behind
It's Homecoming. More memorable than those for sure. I would at least give it that. Like I'm not saying that's the only thing I'll give it, but I can start with that. That it's more memorable. Like people remember Toby stopping Peter from killing Green Goblin. People remember Green Goblin getting punched by Spider-Man and laughing. And then that fight scene with Green Goblin and Spider-Man where he like flips him through the window or something. Just like some really cool like fight choreography. And the punches were like massive. And I always kind of like that when like larger than life hits. I like it when sound effects in movies isn't necessarily realistic, but it's how it feels. Like play the sound that emphasizes what it feels like to get punched by a superhero. And you're like, dude, it'd be like a cannon. It'd be huge, because they're so strong. So I remember a lot of that being really good. A lot of people like Andrew Garfield. I do think his acting was good from what I remember. It is, I got to come up with a term for this. It is a little like heavy-handed on the fan service. Like the story is built around the fan service. because we've got the old Green Goblin, we've got the old Doc Ock, we got the old Tobey Maguire, and we've got the old Andrew Garfield. Do we like it? And it's like, yeah, I think it's pretty good and fun, but a lot of the plot is like written so that can happen. And that's not necessarily like a bad thing. Sort of depends on how the movie shapes out, I would say. But
we kind of feel a bit, it's almost like you feel a bit dirty, like praising it, because a lot of times fan service just sucks.
Yeah. And this one,
but
I think it's pretty good.
This one does it really well.
I think that's the consensus. I personally think I think it's overhyped, some of the fan service. I think some people think it's like incredible. I think it's fun. I think it's good. I don't think it's like terrible like a lot of fan service can be. Like I liked seeing Toby, but I wasn't like, I didn't feel sentimental, like brought back to Spider-Man 2 when I saw Tobey Maguire. Because it didn't like move me like as intensely as I think some other people were moved, just personally.
Yeah, and I think more than any other
Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader, that was like, oh man, this is it. This is crazy. Oh man, I'm mind blown. This is the ending. And that's what it felt like. When I watched this one, I didn't feel that way about like Tobey Maguire coming back in. It was like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, they got him back in because it's cool to see him in the suit again. But it wasn't like, I don't know. It didn't hit me as hard as I think it might have hit other people.
Spider-Man as a superhero franchise operates a lot like Star Wars in that you see one film and you're instantly comparing it to the others. How does this go in line with what we've seen before? What's come after? Yada, yada, yada. And so this film in that way, if you were a Spider-Man fan of like all the films and all the this and all of that, this would probably have had that for you, for that person.
Perhaps, yeah. There's a lot of personalness to these lists.
There's a lot of good fan moments here.
Michael, would you put it here, before or after Homecoming?
Probably put Homecoming first, because I think No Way Home is really good, but it kind of it's kind of like Endgame, where it's a culmination of a bunch of movies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Black Panther. I know this is just going to be a theme, man. I did not love this movie a whole lot. I know I liked what's his name? Killmonger? What's his name?
Yeah, Killmonger.
He's
Killmonger.
good. I really liked him. I liked his character. I liked his backstory. I liked his mask. I liked those scenes with his mask. Just really cool. Sick scenes. CGI at the end is, I think, kind of crap. I think the fight scene at the end is kind of crap.
Basically, after T'Challa dies, it kind of goes downhill.
It was way overhyped. We can all agree on that, yes?
Yeah.
People were like, this is the greatest superhero movie of all time when it came out.
I put it low C, maybe high D. I don't know. It's definitely not, like, the first half of the movie is really, really good. The end of it's kind of
there. Yeah, I agree also. That, like, as the movie goes on, I think the movie gets more, like, unfinished, it feels like.
Yeah. You expect us to believe that Black Panther dies halfway through Black Panther?
I think this is
like,
where I would
why even bother with that?
By the way,
I would put it maybe bottom C. I don't know.
I would put it above
Civil War better.
3.
Well, there's Civil War above it.
Some really good colors and like scenes in this. I thought. What'd you say, Michael?
I think Black Panther is better in Civil War. I think Civil War is better. I do agree there's some good art direction and stuff. One thing about
in uniqueness, it feels unique. Like things about it felt like it was a unique movie with its own style.
It's a movie where they just try a little bit, and it makes it a lot. It's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. When they just try, it's really good. Like,
it's not. I wouldn't say it's as good as Guardians, but it has that same sort of originality. Like it feels like a new, its own type of thing. It doesn't feel like a blurry. Oh, we've kind of seen this. Did I see this movie? It's like I remember this movie. I remember the scenes in it.
Kind of like Michael B. Jordan in general. I don't think he's like an amazing actor, but he definitely puts in all his effort into being a good actor.
I think he's probably the strongest actor in that in Black Panther.
Yeah, like you know what I'm trying to say. It's not that like I don't think he's inherently amazing, but you can tell he's putting his all into it. And I think this movie is not amazing, but they definitely put a lot of effort into making it cool.
We're gonna kind of try and fly through these a little bit more because we're getting kind of long in the how long this has been recording. But Josh, do you have anything to say about this film? But let's try and pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good with what's been said. I'm good where it's at.
All right, moving on. Sarlacc Pit, digestion. I mean, this movie's pretty bad. Fine. I know it's a meme to hate on this movie.
Marvel's all right.
But it's pretty bad. It's just I don't think it's a great.
Leanna and I were watching this in theaters, and we both looked at each other at the same time and said, "Is she supposed to be awkwardly mean to everybody?" It feels like her dialogue was written by somebody else. Like everyone else was written by one person.
Mad at people in the past and like channeled it into the dialogue in this film.
Yeah, like it just everything she says comes off super awkward. But I don't think it's
she's
Brie
not
Larson's
a very good
fault.
character either. Yeah, and Brie Larson, she's a good actress. I've seen her do really good stuff before. But this movie, I just think it's not a good movie. I don't think it's like written well. I don't think she has like she doesn't really have a character arc. It's like her character arc is like people are gonna say you suck, but you're actually awesome, and that's it. And she's just there's no like learning that.
Yeah, this film felt very underdeveloped. Because it was like because this film came out between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
So there was like a sense of like, we have to get her in there for her to then be a viable character in Endgame. And so it just didn't.
Yeah, I really didn't like this movie. I don't think there's anything I like in it. And that doesn't mean I hate everything in it.
It's lame.
Just to say this, I don't it is a bit of a meme to hate on this movie where it's like it's the worst movie of all time. Everything about this character is terrible, and it's absolutely like dog shit, horrible, awful movie. And it's like, okay, it's not like there's probably something in it that's like it's okay, but it's one of those movies where I left the theater and was like, there's nothing I'm taking note. There's nothing I like. There's nothing I like want to remember. It just was made, like, it just felt sloppy and boring and lifeless. And
feel bad for Brie Larson after this. She had a rough time.
Yeah, I know. When the internet comes after you, this is like the Last Jedi of Marvel movies.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I'm just kidding. Unless you guys have anything you want to say.
That's right. I think I would put that one.
Black Widow.
Wow.
I don't know. Me and Luke watched this. I remember Luke and I watching this, and it was better than we thought. So I remember I saw it. I was like, it's actually pretty good, and he was surprised.
There was aspects of it that were decent, but I don't know. It's also like
I would put it in D. Because there's also there's fun parts like the beginning I think is pretty good, but then she also falls off of buildings and like hits everything along the way and into the ground like
shot
4
by
times.
rocket launchers and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense.
That was honestly the thing that I recall the most from the film was
the pheromone thing. I think is kind of cringe.
She falls off a bridge. She falls out of an airplane. She falls out of a power plant. She falls out of a car running at 200 miles an hour. She jumps off of the fly. There were so many moments of like, so your leg is broken. Oh no, you're perfectly fine.
Dude,
you
I don't even think that stuff even touches though. Like she's got the pheromone thing and she slams her head into the table and it severs the nerve.
It's pretty stupid.
And it's like, dude, what if that just didn't work? She slams her head on the table and nothing happens. It's like, why did you do that? I thought this would just sever the nerve. Just like very like, it's just weird. I just think it's a weird movie.
Yeah.
And
I think D is okay.
D for digested.
Well, also, Yelena's. I think Yelena's good.
I think this is better than Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
Whoa. I think it's way better than Captain Marvel.
Like the stuff with her family. I thought the stuff with her family was kind of interesting. They were kind of quirky and it wasn't all cringe, you know. I thought it was all right.
I think Yelena is like a cute character. She brings some like actual character to Black Widow. I think Black Widow is kind of a black hole of whatever she is. I think there's some good stuff in this movie, but it's not great.
This is your least favorite one so far, though, Josh, out of all the movies? Well, actually, sorry, I forgot this was...
No, Guardian, yeah. But no, I think the movie's a mess.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's so hard, and this isn't like Guardians. I do have actual things about this movie that I really dislike, but it's trying to formulate them in a list to work down through all the times she should have died and didn't. I do like Yelena. The thing that I didn't like about her family is with the introduction of her family is the introduction that this world has had heroes before, which doesn't feel right in the world that's been made. And that's
So do you say like hi Sarlacc? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I would like. I'm joking about the digested just for the meme of it. I would personally have it in the Sarlacc Pit because I just don't think it doesn't add anything. There's also no stakes because you know that she's not going to die. The ending where her and her sister are staring at each other as the ship is going off, it was fun. No, like that's probably the cringiest moment in the MCU by far.
So let me throw something out here just to see. So when analyzing these movies, it's like there's a lot of different aspects. Part of it is just my gut. I don't like if this is me talking about this, like, oh, I just thought it was kind of cringe. And it's like, well, what makes it cringe? Dude, this is just the way it felt. It just felt cringe to me. That's part of what we're doing is talking about our opinions. Now, there's things about like, oh, this person shot this weapon and it made this sound, and that gun in real life doesn't sound like that. I hate this movie because the gun sounds are wrong. Like, some people do say things like that. I tend to weight things across a bunch of different things where it's like, what was the acting like? What was the directing like? What was the writing like? What was the story like? What was the action like? How cool was the action? All these different things. That's why like Transformers movies to me are higher up, because the action is so good. It kind of makes up for the sloppiness of like the other parts of the movie. With this movie, it's like, was the action very good? And it's like, well, that is pretty CGI, pretty like uninteresting. A lot of like the way they always make girls fight in movies, where they like spin around and grab people by their legs and throw them, and just like a lot of that kind of twirly, a lot of not much impact. What were the characters like? And it's like, I think some of them were unique and kind of interesting and looked good on camera and had some flavor to them, so I put it up a little higher for that. Were they like really compelling? Did I really like the characters and their dynamics across from each other? No, not really. You know, do I like that she was like blown up and like thrown off buildings? It's like, no, pushing it down. And so all things considered that I can think of, I'd put it probably D. And it sounds like we all sort of agree, except for Josh, you'd probably put it Sarlacc.
Yeah.
Put a D or high Sarlacc Pit.
I'm okay with a D tier.
We're gonna have to figure out how to shift things down into D, but we could put it Sarlacc. It's pretty rough film, but I would put it above these two.
There's something in D. We'll put it there for now.
Yeah, we'll sort it. All right, I did not see this one, so I can't comment. I didn't see either of these.
I put it in B. I actually really like this movie. The action is really cool.
Yeah, high C, low B.
Yeah, I could do high C because it's got really cool, like, kind of almost Jackie Chan-esque fight scenes.
Guardians?
I put it over Guardians too. Yeah, it's really fun.
Bold.
The only thing so basically the movie is like
Josh.
His dad is the Ten Rings guy that was the bad guy that was not really in Iron Man 3. And then basically, like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but he just goes and finds him and he does all this stuff. But then at the very end, there's like another secret bad guy that comes out of nowhere, and that kind of sucks. But aside from that, the movie is really solid. Really good. Really fun style. Really cool fight scenes. Yeah, Eternals digested until I fit. It's so bad that they just acted like it didn't happen.
I was like, it's basically like, wait, this is a movie? Was that a movie? Was that like a fan trailer that we saw online, edited together of multiple movies? Like, no, it's a real movie. This movie exists. It's like, but no one ever talks about it. Nobody saw it. I've never heard anyone mention anything else at all. I've never seen it actually.
Camille got jacked for no reason.
Maybe I did see it. That's what's funny. Maybe I did see it. I don't know. I don't think I saw it though.
Camille got jacked for no reason. I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm glad you got jacked.
All right, Iron Man 2, I think, is probably
C or D, to be honest, man.
Is that 2 or 3?
2.
I can't see. 2. Okay.
I think probably down here, maybe.
I put it lower than Ultron. It's fun.
This, I think.
But it's also kind of stupid.
I put it above Far From Home. I might put it above Panther, actually. It's kind of goofy, though. It is a goofy movie.
It's fun, but it's like the plot. It's not the dumbest plot of all time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what's real. It is kind of a wacky one. It's like kind of like a very. It's got Black Widow.
Oh. Also, his dad shows S tier.
It's the first Black Widow movie, and she's really hot in this movie.
Yeah,
she is really hot in this movie.
His dad hides a brand new element in the map for his theme park, which makes no sense. None of that makes any sense. He's like, you'll find this map to this theme park that shows you how to build a new element at the very precise moment that you need a new element for your Iron Man suit that we don't even know is even a... It's pretty stupid. I'll put it low C, maybe high D.
I like where you got it, Luke. Mid C.
So mid C.
Yeah.
All right, very controversial one here. I think I would put Iron Man 3 pretty high, actually.
What?
It's actually it's
I kinda
better
like
than I
this
remember.
movie.
I watched it yesterday and I like it. It's not perfect.
I
You're
don't know.
joking.
What do people not
High
like
B?
about it? What do
wouldn't
people
put it
not
high
like
B.
about it? I like the set, like finally seeing Iron Man sad. You see kind of like his character finally getting like beaten up over everything. I like seeing that finally happen to him.
What do you mean? He gets his butt kicked in the first two Iron Man films,
No, but
top to bottom.
I didn't say, well, I don't mean beat up like physically beat up, but like he's emotionally beat up. Like he's like having he's like got PTSD and like having a hard time coping in the world after everything
Not
that's
put it
happened.
top B.
Really?
Maybe high
What do
C.
people not like about it? I
It's-
mean, I have to think about the movie a little bit. What do people not like about it? What's the criticism of this movie?
I think
It's so
I guess the pepper shit is kind of people don't like, I guess.
well, for one thing, like the end of the movie, he kind of decides to not be Iron Man anymore. Then he immediately decides to be Iron Man again in the next movie, which is kind of lame.
Him with, okay, in defense of action scenes, him getting parts of the suit and like flying around like haphazardly and shooting the
That's fun.
people. That's pretty sick. I like that.
When he saves people falling
It's
from
like
the
good
plane, it's fun.
action, I guess, in this one. I can see the criticism. I guess
I would put
Pepper
a low
becoming a
B, maybe.
superhero is a bit weird. What do people?
The
But
whole
what's the
thing with
criticism?
him-
What's the criticism?
Him with the boy was dumb.
Why though? I mean,
Objectively
bad.
dumb.
I don't.
Because it made no sense. He's in the middle of like winter wonderland, and I would have.
I don't know
I
if
would
I
have
feel
a
the
D
same
tier.
way.
I would have a D tier. It's not It's not
D
remembered
tier.
at all.
What?
It's not
Okay,
rememberable.
I will say it
I
is
don't
not
know if it's
memorable.
not
But I literally watched it
It's got
yesterday.
it's got
and
Guy
I remember it
Pearce,
now.
all that shit
It's
with
pretty
like all the military people in the plane, like fighting out of the plane, and then him without the Iron Man suit with the nail gun shooting the people and then getting pieces of the suit and flying around. I thought that was
A nail
sick.
gun would not shoot that far. A nail gun cannot shoot that far,
You're
so
right.
it's a bad movie.
Okay, Sarlacc Pit.
So I like that.
Dude, I think this is very
okay, I
low
will-
compared to like how forgettable some of the. I mean, not. It's got to be better than Iron Man 2.
To give Josh some credit, it is forgettable.
What?
I literally only remember it because I just
What?
watched it. But it's
better.
not that bad.
Worse than Iron Man
It's actually-
2.
It's got some cool action. I feel like, though, I will say the
Oh,
bad
wow.
guys with their fire thing looks very CW. It's a very CW style bad guy.
I have to watch it again, but I just remember enjoying the movie overall. When they shoot his house blows up and stuff. I know there's some arguments to be made about that. It was a stupid plot point, but yeah, I don't know. I guess
Compromise
fair
for low C.
criticisms, but I think it's a better movie than Iron Man 2. I think Iron Man 2 is just sort of like a dopey sequel.
Yeah.
Iron Man 3 at least has like
It is better than Iron Man 2.
like an arc to it. The Mandalorian stuff I thought was kind of like a fun little angle that it went. I think some people might not like that, I guess, because they made him a kook. But it was kind of a fun
Mandalorian?
Not did I say Mandalorian? I meant to say what's his name?
Oh, Mandarin.
Mandarin. Did I say Mandalorian?
I was so
Mandarin.
confused for a second.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
Because he's like this like terrorist guy, but he's actually like a smoke and mirrors, green screen, and like special effects. I thought that was kind of an interesting idea, like for a
Yeah,
villain.
I don't dislike that.
And then Guy Pearce is like a dork nerd who Iron Man pissed off, which I know that's not the most original thing, but it's just more interesting. What's Iron Man 2? Who's the villain in Iron Man 2? Just like this random
The boy.
guy?
But here would be my case. So the Iron Man films, what is in common with all of them is a progression of Iron Man, right? So
Yep.
Iron Man 1, he needs the thing in his chest, and then he becomes Iron Man with the suit. Iron Man 2 is the thing he put in his body in Iron Man 1 is killing him. He's quasi-suicidal and just resorts to hedonism until he's given purpose to find the new element and all that. And oh, by the way, this technology has a history that he doesn't know about. You can, is the villain that they choose a bit silly or whatever? Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. This film, there is no carryover.
Hold on.
From
That's one angle, though. Just to say it, because there's two different ways a character can progress. The character can progress in like a physical way, where like this is where he lost his hand, and then this is where he gets the robot hand, and now he's got a new heart. This is like physical progression, and then there's like emotional progression, where it's like this is where
What's the emotional progression in this one?
In this one, I think there's 0.
No, in the third one. What's
in 2,
the
there's
emotional-
0. I don't think there's any in 2. In 3, he's like going through the PTSD after Avengers. I mean, I don't recall enough of the movie to make a strong argument for what I'm saying.
I think, okay, here's my thing. If you took Iron Man 3 out of the MCU entirely, you miss nothing.
But I think
absolutely.
Okay, so I think that's a fair argument in the grand scheme of things. Where some people would say you need this film, whatever film, arbitrary film, because this film introduces the XYZ stone, which is in Infinity War, so the film is necessary. And it's like, okay, so because of one scene, one plot point, ignore all the characters, ignore all of the film, ignore all of the flavor, ignore all of the whatever it is, just because there's one scene that adds to this film. I don't think it's a good argument. Now, saying you could remove this film, I'm not saying you're wrong necessarily, but I'm saying like a standalone film, I don't think makes it like not a good film. Or sorry, I'm not trying to change what you're saying.
I don't think it adds anything to Tony's character. It doesn't add anything to the universe.
I just don't remember enough to make the argument, but I remember enjoying the movie more. The emotional arcs of the movie I enjoyed more is what I'm trying to say. I remember enjoying the emotional arcs of it.
It's showing me in the middle.
I'm like,
Josh, where would you put it?
You said D.
If it's going to be in C tier,
Black Widow?
Yeah.
Worse than Ultron?
I wouldn't say that. I can say low C tier.
If it's C tier, it's last in C tier.
Last in C tier. I have to rewatch it, but I just remember liking the journey of this movie.
I do think it's good. I forgot it until the other day when I watched it again. Now I vaguely remember the plot. It was better than I remembered it. You probably
rewatched it most recently out of any of us then.
I watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where do you think it should be? Because you got the most recent. Where would you put it?
I think
totally separate from us.
C is honestly pretty solid. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie.
Would you
at
put
all.
it above Iron Man 2?
Maybe I'd put Iron Man 2 at the back of the list and put.
Would you put this above Black Panther?
Nah. I think middle to rear C tier, I think, is a solid place to put it. It's a fine movie.
I think it's
good
better
movie.
than Civil War.
Nah, I like Civil War better, way better.
Yeah.
Really, both of you? Okay.
Maybe I'll go behind Ultron now.
I don't love this movie, so I can't I'm not gonna fight it really hard. But I just remember if someone was pick a movie to watch, I'd be like, no. I'll watch this one again. I'm curious. I remember things in this I liked, but I don't remember enough of it to really defend it that well.
Also, such a dark movie that I couldn't even see the screen half the time. So I was watching
You mean actually dark? I was gonna say that this one feels dark. This movie does not feel dark. This one felt dark to me. It's like the third darker movie, which I think maybe that's what I like too.
Yeah.
All right. Hulk.
Sarlacc Pit, dude. It sucks.
Hulk is so hard because it's the most disjointed of all of them because of the. I don't know if you caught my phone going off there.
Yeah, I heard your phone say potatoes.
Yeah, I don't really remember this movie at all. But yeah, it's probably D. I think it's better than these two.
Yeah, I put it in D.
Because at least it's I might not have liked the movie, but I remember the story being coherent for the most part. I don't remember it being weird. It just was the movie itself is kind of weird, but it's not it's. The script, if I read the script I'm trying to get a thought out. If I read the script on paper for this, I'd be like, yeah, that seems fine. This one, if I read the script, I'd be like, now what happened that she hits her head on the table? This one, I think the script is fine. But yeah, it's just I have an odd taste in my mouth when I think about this movie. I'm like, yeah, it was a weird one.
Yeah. I think it's worse than the older Hulk movie that came before it. Even that one fought a cloud.
Wait a minute, in the 2004 one?
Yeah.
Or whatever it was?
Wait. This is
This is the Edward Norton one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's I think it's D tier.
This one. Does anyone have anything much to say? Because we should keep the pace up. We got kind of quite a few to get through.
I'll excuse me. I would put it mid C tier, but I won't fight it too hard. I'm happy to.
I don't really remember much of it, to be honest.
I could do low C, but I think
it's a really good. I think it's actually a really good film. It just is very displaced because
it's unlikable too. I think something about it too is it's relatively fine. I just don't really I don't get excited about watching it. I guess
it's pretty good. Yeah.
If you hate Iron Man 3, this is worse than Iron Man 3. You have to admit that.
Well, I think the
love
criteria,
but this is worse than Iron Man 3
the
to me.
criteria that we're using, that at least to defend Josh, the criteria he's using to analyze these are different. Where like I could say one
movies.
criteria is like, which movie would I rather watch tonight? It's like I'd rather watch this one because I don't really remember it. I remember the stuff I liked, and I'd be curious to see what I think about it. But that doesn't mean this is a better movie. And then it's like, which one do I think is a better film? Maybe this one. Well, I don't know. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, let's say I said that this one's better, but I don't like watching it. You know, like I feel that way about this where I'm like, I just have no interest in watching this movie again. There was nothing to write home about it. I don't really remember much of it. I never was like, oh, I need to watch that again, if that makes sense. I don't know. But Josh would put it up higher. Michael would put it lower. Is this a fair place for it?
Yeah, bottom C is good.
That's fine.
Thor 1. I'm going to take a stab in the dark here. I really like Thor 1.
I think it's overhated. I don't think it's A.
I don't know why people
could put
hate
in
it.
B,
I never,
like a low B.
I remember when I watched it.
It's overhated for sure.
I don't know what do people hate about it?
I think people think it's boring.
I thought it was
funny
in
really
a good way. I thought it was quirky in a good way.
Yeah, the humor.
I thought
good.
it had a big finale, which was fun.
I think it's cool that the deep
I
power
like the
Thor, we still get
twistiness
a
of
lot
Loki.
of Asgard
I
in it.
like the fight between Loki and Thor at the end. I guess there might be some cringe in it, maybe. I thought it was funny though. It was actually funny.
He's a minor character overall, but Anthony Hopkins is like the strongest actor in the MCU, just for his little bits in it. I would have it
too good for it
myself, but
bottom of A.
Bottom of A. I would say high B. It's definitely a good movie.
I feel like there's probably something I'm forgetting that will make me like it less, but I remember leaving the theater very happy with this film when I saw it.
Yeah.
It deserves some love. Let's put it in. I could put it in A.
I think it's better than these Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, it's got a plot that's coherent, which is better than Spider-Man.
And
unfortunately.
I think Thor is a really good character in this movie. Where he's got that, he is funny. But he's not funny like a doofus funny. He's funny because it's like, yeah, he's from Asgard. So like the thing where like I was gonna say one of our favorite lines is him drinking the coffee and like, this drink is good. I like it. Psh, another. And it's like, and that just makes sense that his character would do that. And it's funny and it's, I like this film. Or at least it's been a while, but
let's put it in A. People will riot, but I think it's an A. Dark World, Sarlacc Pit. Dude, okay, here's the thing about Dark World.
This started bad Marvel. This is the first
every
bad
time,
movie.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, wow, this is way cooler than I thought it was.
Actually.
And then I finish watching it, and then I don't remember what happened.
This is better than these two because the CGI and fight scenes are good in this movie.
Yeah, it's cool, but I have no idea what happens in it.
But it's too
I've seen it 3
goofy.
times.
It's annoying. Well, Loki with his shoes off destroying... maybe above that.
What? With his shoes off?
Yeah, he's like barefoot and he like just after his mom dies, he like has destroyed the prison cell or something. He's like putting on an illusion that he's fine and then the illusion disappears and he's like a wreck. I like that. But a lot of this movie I think was the cringe humor.
This is also kind of boring.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of it either.
I'd put it D tier. It's better than what we've got in the Sarlacc Pit, and it's better than Digested.
The reason
better than Black Widow.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is where we'll put it. It seems like everyone agrees. The reason I put it in Sarlacc Pit is this is the first Marvel movie that I've been saying Marvel's getting too goofy. They need to stop doing this. It's going too far. This is the very first one, which leads us into this one. Moving on. Just kidding.
Ragnarok.
Oh, I know everyone loves it though, but I do not like it very much.
It is overrated, but it's also over. It's overrated for sure. It's definitely not A. But it's also not bad. I think it's like a solid C. There's a lot of C in this.
It's like decent stuff
thing,
in
but
it.
like basically everything that's not Hela related, not Hela, but like related to the woman Hela, is really
good,
fun.
Hela related.
Hela related. The Hela stuff is hella lame, but the non-Hela stuff is hella cool. It's like half a good movie, half an alright movie.
The Hulk throwing a little bit of like a little kid temper tantrum, I think is funny. I like some of the humor in it. It's just too over the top with the humor to me. It's kind of an example of like, dude, stop just with the jokes. Everything's a joke every second.
They undercut the seriousness too much.
Yeah, it feels like dopey. It feels like it's so corny and goofy and I don't think it really has like a very good finale. This is all personal. I know everyone on the internet who watches this is going to be like, how can you say that it is a great finale? Because they have the big monster destroying Asgard. And it's like, yes, in theory, that should be good ending, but I didn't think it was that good. And it's like, and they have the Asgard guy who gets the machine gun. Is that funny? And it's like, on paper, yeah, isn't it funny that she comes off the ship and she's drunk and she falls off the thing coming off the ship?
No, that's
you're just funny. Like, dude, it's just... And then it's like, isn't it funny that the really movie starts with like this really dramatic villain talking to Thor, and like he's tied up in chains and he's spinning, and so you can't hear him, and then he like tells, wait, I can't hear you, wait, I'm coming back around. Isn't that great? And it's like, dude, I'm sure a lot of people...
It is funny when Korg goes, piss off, Ghost, and kicks the wall. That's funny. That's just so stupid.
I forget that part.
There's some just great stuff in it.
I'd put it C tier.
It's better than Black Panther.
I wouldn't say that.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Start to finish.
I was going to say
maybe there for me.
Yeah, I like Spider-Man better than it, but
that's one you mean. Okay. I mean, we got these Spider-Mans up here.
Mm-hmm.
This one better.
I do like Spider-Man 2 for the Ragnarok, but
I think I like Ragnarok more than Spider-Man 2.
Drag Spider-Man above Iron Man 2, at least. But we're not doing that right now.
Yeah, I can do that. I can make that compromise.
I'm not going to have time to restructure our tier list. We've got a little long in the tooth already, but I'm down to finish all these.
Which one is this?
Captain America 1. Okay, Captain America 1 is half an amazing movie and half a lame movie. Once they get to the montages,
it's a missed opportunity. It feels like to me,
like all the beginning stuff with Steve, what's his name?
Rogers.
Steve Rogers, like becoming Captain America at the thing, like jumping on the grenade. That's like almost like it's like a real movie. It's like cinema. And then at the end, when he gets out of the coma, and he like realizes he's in the future, and he goes, "I had a date," and then it just ends. It's legitimately heartbreaking. But then the whole kind of like last third of the movie is just kind of like, eh.
I'd make an argument that it is those things on paper, but I don't think they deliver it well. Like the grenade scene, missed opportunity. I think they did it poorly. I don't think it's hard for me to describe it because I'm seeing the contrast of it in my head of just like a much bigger, more memorable, more iconic scene. It just sort of happens. I just don't, they don't like, it's not like very cinematic. Tangible.
It doesn't,
or him like driving driving into the ice. I think that could have been amazing, but they just sort of like ram through it real quick. All the lines just really fast. There's no like pause. There's no like emotional moment. There's no gasp or like silence. They just sort of like do it, and that's kind of one of my least favorite types of movies where they just, here it is. Well, this is the line, and they just like this. There's not much to it. So like the opposite of that is like Lord of the Rings, where you have like it goes into slow motion, or there's like a big moment, or you know, like there's just like weight behind it. This movie is like just feels like they did the script. That's it. No flavor, no cinematic magic.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's a missed opportunity.
I like where you've got it ranked.
I know you both are trying to get going, so let's ram through these. Civil or Winter Soldier. I think this one's pretty good.
At least
A
yeah.
tier.
I rewatched it and didn't like it as much, but I do. There's a lot that's really cool in this movie.
There's a lot there that's really good.
Music is great.
In the theaters,
really
when
intense.
I watched it every scene, I was like, "That's Captain freaking America!" Like I was so hyped.
Multiverse of Madness. What a weird film, right?
That's Strange too, right?
Yeah, this movie is fun and dumb. When he makes wings out of dead guys, I love that. That's so good. But then when they just see their memories on a random street corner on a TV, that's kind of dumb.
Okay,
wherever
we rank it, it automatically goes down one for the third eye at the end.
Or that leads to nothing.
But I'm careful about the memes, because the memes, it was bad, but it's the one thing everyone will bring up at the party if you bring up this movie. It's like, yeah, we get it's bad. There's terrible CGI at the end of Black Panther 2.
It's the third eye, but then it immediately is fine. Like in the movie, like at the end of the movie, he gets a third eye. Oh no, what's going to happen? Oh no, it's fine. He can control it now. That's why it's lame.
Yeah.
Wasn't the third eye at the very end credits?
Yeah.
It was, yeah, but then there's another end credits where some lady comes and says, "Strange, we have a thing to do." And he's
I
like,
don't know
"Cool,
that I
meet my
love
third
this
eye
movie
out real
very
quick."
much. There's things in it, but I don't know.
There's really cool stuff in it.
Yeah. It's
Either
like, it was a
Bottoms-
bold movie. I'll give it that. It was bold.
I remember I was watching this movie and I leaned over to my wife and I said, Elizabeth Olsen needs to be in a real movie. She's really good. Like she's too good for the MCU almost.
It does suffer a bit from lame villain blah, blah,
Motivation.
Yeah.
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 Her plan is really stupid.
Yeah.
That's a crazy woman for you.
It is.
So-
I would personally put it the very last of C myself.
Yeah, maybe high D. I don't know. It's not. I like
behind
it.
these two films.
Man.
Even I don't know.
It's a hard one.
It's
Yeah.
better than Captain America.
So let me just throw this
The
out
first
here. I
one.
think I didn't see this one. I didn't see any of these ones.
Love and Thunder is digested in the Sarlacc Pit. Love and Thunder is
Yeah.
one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
It's worse than Eternals.
but I'm not seeing
I'm
these
not
ones.
joking.
You guys said you don't have time to shift them down. I know we're
I
going
don't.
late.
Maybe a little bit.
What if we take
what
2 minutes and
movies
see
we
if we
got
can do
left?
2 minutes?
Oh yeah.
Josh?
Okay. Well, we got to move some stuff out of C at least.
Yeah, let's just shove stuff down. So first of all, we can throw some of these ones down there. Right,
The
Hulk.
Dark World and wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk definitely in D.
We'll just do this first. We can
Putting
do this.
Captain America 1 in D seems disrespectful.
Let's do this. Let's just shove everything down and then move things up. Because we need to shove a bunch of stuff down. Oof, man, this is rough.
Pretty evenly stacked tiers, to be honest.
So
Whoa, do you got? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, this Starlight Pit is
Yeah,
too
this
full
is
right
getting
now.
tough.
Like, Captain America's got to be at least. See, Captain, like a lot of these movies just are C movies. A lot of these movies are just all right movies.
we can move one up there.
You know?
So we're there right now. But we got to shift some
Captain
stuff down
America.
here. So which one do we want to shift out of S?
Nothing out of S. I can't live with myself if I take any of those movies out of S. I will not do it.
All right, A though.
I think it's perfect. There's
Thor
only 3.
probably.
Yeah, Thor's not A. Thor is B
Yeah.
at the highest, to be honest. Thor's great, but not that good.
I'd put
I put Thor low
Strange
B almost.
C.
Which one in C?
I'd put Strange in C.
Because I think Ant-Man has more original, even though it's not talked about
Yeah.
much. We got to move one.
You can't move. No, none of these. All these are S tier, man.
Which
We
one
can't
would you
move these.
compare, Avengers or Avengers Infinity War? I'd pick Infinity War as a better film.
To move down?
No, as a better
Avengers
film.
is, dude. I'd pick Avengers.
I'd put Iron Man in A.
Yeah, the
Does have a
villain's
bad
kind of
villain
weak
at the end,
yeah.
but it is S tier. I can't sacrifice
It is like
my
a-
journalistic
It
integrity
is really hard for me to
to
move that one
have
down.
an aesthetic tier list. I can't do it.
Iron Man is A New Hope. There's so
Yeah,
much
agreed.
nostalgia
Agreed.
attached to it.
And it, well, it's
But
just like
it's
it's
so
a
good,
solid
man.
film on its own. I
It's
still
frenetic,
think it should
it's
be
solid
up
on
here
its own.
over Avengers, though. But oh man, that's a hard comparison.
I think
I
can
would
we not
put-
have
I would
3?
put that up there.
Can 3 be the minimum?
And we could.
3
I
can
was
be
just
the
trying to like
smallest amount
make
we
it
have.
hard, like
can't-
more so.
I know. I can't. Maybe we can move something up to A and have it descending from there.
If
So
I
yeah,
had to
so
kick
3,
something
4,
out of A, I
5,
would kick
6,
this out of
7.
A. If I was gonna kick something out
What
of S,
if we go?
I would kick.
What if we go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we bring some stuff out of the Starlight Pit?
It's not that
We're into it,
serious.
whatever it is
I'm trying to
we
make
do.
this like really picky about this one, where it's not 3.
I
it's like,
think we just have 3 S tiers though. I think Avengers has to be S tier for me. What do you think, Josh?
which one? Yeah. Okay. Let's say which. If I had to move one,
Iron Man.
Josh would move Iron Man. I think I would move Avengers.
Mm.
Because Iron Man is A New Hope, but there's a lot of originality in Iron Man that I don't think you see in any of the other films. Avengers
No,
is like a
Iron Man's lightning in
finale,
a
but
bottle.
Avengers, but the thing that Avengers does so well is that it takes all of those other characters that had their own films, puts them into one, and it seamlessly brings them together.
It's the first one to do anything like that. It's so good.
this one's really
Yeah.
hard to do. This tier list. I'm good with not really trying to do this. I don't know. This doesn't feel like it's working as well. Unless you
Bring
guys.
the two digested in the Sarlacc Pit up, and it'll make you feel better. Because then the bottom tier
Right,
will
that's
be
fair. That's fair. Um,
Okay, what if we make
Yeah, there you go.
one?
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good descending. That's
All right, so we got
I like
Infinity War,
forcing
Iron
us
Man,
to make a
Avengers, and
decision
S.
between films we love because that's the most fun.
yeah.
But I'm fine with ending here because I know we're going long, and it's hard because, like you said, a lot of these movies are just sort of like they're not terrible. They're just like not good either. Is always been my opinion about Marvel. On
I've
paper, they're
started
good, but they're
changing
not
the
fun to
way-
watch.
Yeah, I've started changing the way I rate movies. Instead of I don't like numbers anymore. I just do like bad, okay, good, great, masterpiece. I think all these are just good. Like most of these are just good. Some are great. A couple are masterpieces.
All right, any
Or maybe not
final
masterpiece,
words?
but
Just so that
amazing.
we can let you both go.
don't be confused. Eternals and Thor Ragnarok are both digested in the Sarlacc Pit.
Yeah, we just need them here for symmetry. Thor: Love and Thunder is one of the worst things. There's like a screaming goat meme in it, which is like already 15 years late.
Oof.
Just bad. And they waste Christian Bale.
Mm.
That's bad.
Yeah, well, so
And my version of hell is having to watch all the Guardians films back.
That's crazy to me. All right, guys.
That's so
GG's good list.
Josh, wait.
Okay.
My final word is I want Josh to make a 55-minute video about why he hates the Guardians movies. Put it on YouTube and I'll watch that.
That's right.
All right, there's our
All right.
tier list. The end.
Cool.
The end.
The end. Bye.